Why Ketu can heal? Now that's a good question. You should understand that the mind cannot heal, the self can. To realize the self, one has to move from mind to no mind state. Ketu becomes the bridge that helps you to move from the mind to the no mind state. And you can heal yourself only when you reach the state of no mind. When there is no mind, the truth descends like a glowing light. And when you are touched with the grace of the divine light, you become a true healer. It all begins when you attain the state of no mind. Ketu is no mind. The moment there is no mind, the moment you are out of the prison of mind, you can heal, you can forgive, you can transform into the most beautiful person that the world had ever known. Buddha was such a beautiful person. He was one of those enlightened men who walked on this planet with no mind and healed millions and millions of people through his divine messages, through his divine touch, his grace and his blessings. So much so that today even across the world, in plush malls and in modern high-tech buildings, you will find his beautiful statues. Hundreds of years have passed, and yet Buddha continues to attract millions and millions across the globe. What is the secret? The secret is the beauty of Ketu, which represents detachment. The secret is the quality of Ketu, which represents witnessing. The secret is the nature of Ketu, which represents acceptance. The secret is the essence of Ketu, which represents the ability to let go. Meditation is a let go. So the very foundation of meditation is in the essence of letting go. That makes Ketu extremely significant when it comes to meditating. It is only when you are able to let go that you can heal yourself. And when you are able to heal yourself, you can heal others. Ketu remains the master key that enables you to heal yourself and heal others. Welcome to my podcast. Today's question is, what is Rahu? The word Rahu is formed with two letters, Ra, Hu. Ra is the sun and Hu is the dark shadow. Sun is the self, the soul, and Hu is the shadow of your karma. Rahu in your horoscope simply reflects the shadow of your karma. That has stopped you from realizing your own self. Rahu, the shadow of ignorance, continues to give birth to desires. After one desire is fulfilled, others arise, and then they form a queue, and the line of desires never ends. And it is these unending desires that interfere between you and your self-realization. The great divine master Neem Karoli Baba of Vrindavan used to say that to experience God, to experience the divine, one has to kill his or her desires. Baba used to say, if you want to see God, kill desires. Desires are in the mind. When you have a desire for something, don't act on it and it will go away. If you desire to drink this cup of tea, don't, and the desire for it will go away. It is said that many Westerners used to come to seek the blessings of Neem Karoli Baba. One of them was Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. So, Rahu basically signifies the karmic desires that block you from realizing your true self. Rahu is the shadow, ignorance that stops you from experiencing consciousness. Consciousness helps you to self-realize. Ignorance will make you selfish. Enlightenment will make you selfless. Ignorance is the byproduct of Rahu. Enlightenment is the byproduct of Ketu. Rahu signifies the karmic shadow that leads to ignorance, while Ketu signifies the way through which this shadow can be removed, leading to self-realization. That is why Ketu remains a favorite of gurus, because to jump, a little madness is required. A sane person cannot jump, cannot take the risk, he is too much into his head. But a mad person, a crazy person can jump. He has faith, he is more of the heart and less of the head. And only such a man, a Ketuish man, can attain enlightenment. That is how Avatar Meher Baba transformed many madmen into enlightened beings. The madman, if in the hands of an enlightened people, can achieve enlightenment faster than your so-called sane people. In the East, there has been a long-standing tradition. In this century, one man revived it again. His name was Meher Baba. He went all over India seeking and searching for mad people. In all the madhouses, anywhere that he heard there was a madman, he would go. He traveled all over India, his whole life searching for mad people. His disciples asked him, "Why are you wasting your time with mad people when sane people are available to work upon? And they want your time." Meher Baba said, "You don't understand. To bring a sane person out of his sanity is very difficult. But to bring out a madman is very easy. Because in a way, he is already out, but from the back door. He has tasted something of the outside. We only have to show him the right door and say, please don't go out from the wrong door, go from the right door. Being out is perfectly right, but choose the right door." Avatar Meher Baba really did a miraculous job, and he was the only man after centuries. In the Western astrology, Rahu is called as the North Node. Many Western astrologers have now realized the greater role that Rahu plays in an individual's life. You can always find what North Node is through your internet search, but that would be just the scientific revelation. I want to give you the real thing, and the real thing is that Rahu is nothing but a significator of your desires, your vasanas. The greater the desire, the more powerful is the Rahu. But Rahu doesn't stop here. He makes you obsessed with your desires, so much so that you start acting out in a manner to which the world identifies as self-centeredness, or in simple language, selfishness. Buddha says, craving and desire are the cause of all unhappiness. Rahu is the agent of desires, an agent that compels you to crave for all material things that this world can offer. And the more you crave, the more you are going to remain unsatisfied, because Rahu is never going to let you stop. For Rahu, there is no stopping. The craving continues, and so does the feeling of dissatisfaction. And therefore, Rahu is also related to ghosts, because ghosts are dissatisfied souls. People who have died in dissatisfaction, who continue to crave until their last moment. Such people remain dissatisfied. Even after death, there is no peace to their being. However, although Rahu is an evil shadow of your desires, if there are no desires, then why would you come in this material world at first place? And how would you ever survive on this planet if there are no desires to be fulfilled? Passion is derived from the desires that you have. Without passion, there would be no energy, and in the absence of energy, can anything ever possibly materialize? Materialize is the word that Rahu likes a lot. Rahu wants you to materialize the dreams that he brings to your imagination. Yes, Rahu creates the illusionary world in your mind, which later is materialized through channels such as cinema, a publication, an enterprise, an establishment, a foundation, anything that has evolved from the imagination, fantasy of an individual. So you see, even the evilest Rahu is necessary for this material world. Imagine what would have happened in the absence of Rahu. The whole world would have become a monastery with only Ketu in action. Everywhere you would have either seen great monks, saints, or criminals and psychopaths. Because that is what Ketu can deliver, saints or psychopaths. The presence of Rahu creates a balance that helps this material world to survive. But the problem is that this Rahu is never satisfied. So although he would make you passionate, he would also ensure that you remain unsatisfied, and that is where the whole trouble starts. The do more thing is what comes under Rahu, and in the process of do more, the individual never is able to experience peace of mind. There is no sense of contentment. The individual is running in a race that has no finishing line. The only place where this race ends is the graveyard. Too much is the only sin, says the Divine Master Lao Tzu. This too much is your Rahu. Rahu pushes you to do more. Rahu pushes you to do more. You never stop, you never relax, and unless you relax, there is no possibility of you coming to yourself.